From the view of forensic expert, wet blood is quite more significant than the dried blood, as more tests can be performed using wet blood. Only wet blood can be used for the detection of alcohol and drug content present in the blood. Blood starts drying after 3 to 5 minutes of exposure to air. As it dries, the color of blood keeps on changing from red, brown to black. Blood can be categorized into different types, like it could be pools, drops, smear, or crusts. Various now the color of blood can indicate many things. If the color of blood is red, it means it is a fresh stain. If it is black or brown, it means it is a old stain. And if it is black, green, blue, greenish, then there might have been certain changes in the blood. It could be putrefaction also. On metallic surface, blood stains look like dark crust or rusty. Then on glass, it looks like glossy paint. It is very difficult to determine the age of the stain. Then it could have different kind of shape on the surface. Either it could be circular or asymmetrical or whatever. So the color of blood indicates various things. Later on we will see that how the shape of blood stain can be used for the determination of blood pattern analysis. According to Scottish pathologist John Glester, blood splashes can be divided into 6 different types. First is drops on the horizontal surface, then second, splashes in which the blood might have come from air and then it might have hit the surface at an angle. Then the pools around the body, which may be due to dragging of body. Then spurts, which might have come from a major artery or vein. Next is smears, which may be due to the movement of bleeding person. Then trails, which might have occurred due to either dragging or by some any means the droplets have been carried to some other place. So these are the 6 different types, but there are mainly 3 different types of blood patterns which we will discuss. So the first one is passive spatter. This spattering or the splash might have occurred due to gravity after the violence, and this can be of different types, like it could be in the form of drops or drip patterns, pools or clots. The second one is projectile spatter, which may happen due to some external impulse or factor. This may be due to the involvement of certain kind of firearms which have caused various types of wounds due to violence. So again it could be of 2 types. One is arterial spurt, in which the blood has come out due to the pressure of breached artery, or it might be cast off stains. In that the blood is released or oozed out of body in a particular motion. Now the next one is transfer blood stains. So in this case generally there is formation of certain smears due to the transfer of body. The blood might have transferred from one place or from primary surface to the secondary surface. It may be due to various reasons, either by contact bleeding. Whenever contact bleeding means that the body surface has come into the contact of a secondary surface, so it might have caused bleeding from the body to that particular secondary surface. Then it could be through swiping or smearing, or by wiping, or by smudging. So these could be different types of transfer blood stains. Then the next is impact spatter. In this, blood stain pattern might have changed due to certain force or blow while dispersion of blood. It can be further divided into different types. It could be of low velocity impact, then of medium velocity impact, and then high velocity impact. So because of the changes in the velocity or the impact, the type of blood pattern might get changed, which we will discuss in the next slides. By observing a blood stain, four things can be concluded. First thing is that with the increase in the height of target or the body from which the blood stain has dropped or blood has oozed out, is if it is at a higher position, the diameter of blood stain would be more. So the diameter of blood stain is directly proportional to the height of body or the target from the blood has oozed out. Second thing is, it can also be used to understand the direction of blood stain, because if the blood stain has come from 90-degree angle, then the shape of blood stain would be circular, and if it is asymmetrical, then the blood has not come from the 90-degree angle, so it has come from other angles. It has been shown here that with the change in angle, the shape of blood stain also keep on changing. The third thing which can be obtained by observing the blood stain is impact angle. Impact angle is the acute angle formed between the direction of the blood drop and the plane of the surface it strikes. So we have already seen that the impact angle, if it is changed, the shape of blood stain will also change. So blood stain impact angle can be determined by using this formula: sin alpha is equal to width drop upon length drop. The last thing which can be determined from observing the blood stain is point of convergence or the point of origin. So there is a common point on a two-dimensional surface from which direction of several blood stains can be retraced. It can be done by drawing a line from different blood stains, and a point of convergence can be found out wherever these all lines are intersecting. So from that, point of origin can be obtained. Point of origin can also be determined by tangent of angle of impact. So for determining the point of origin, which is called as Z, that is point of origin in space is equal to tangent of angle of impact into distance from point of origin to the blood stain. So from this, the point of convergence or point of origin can also be determined. Then by observing the blood stain color or blood color in the body, there are different things which can also be concluded, like as we have already discussed that there is a type of splash called as spurt. So in spurt, the blood comes out either from some artery or some venous or the vein blood. So if the blood is coming from artery, then it would be of bright red in color, while if it is come from vein, then it would be of dark red color and it oozes out gradually, slowly. Then there might be different things or different types of death which can be detected by observing the blood in the body. If there is dark fluid blood present in the heart chamber, then the death may have occurred due to failure of respiratory system, or the person has not done the respiration properly, that is called as asphyxia. Then if the death has occurred due to drowning, there is alteration in the chloride content of blood. And if the death is due to poisoning, like for carbon monoxide poisoning, the blood color get changed into cherry pink color. For cyanide poisoning, the blood color get changed into brick red color. In case of heavy metal poisoning, it shows the symptoms of anemia. Now, there are certain things which we have to consider while doing the blood pattern analysis. So, there are certain questions which should come into the mind of a forensic expert while observing the blood stains. First is the sample or the blood stain which he is taking is blood only or something else. The sample which he has taken is human blood or animal blood, and if it is a animal blood, which species it might be. Then if it is a human blood, what is its blood type? You must have heard about the blood grouping, all these kind of things. So what would be the blood type? Now, what was the sex, age, race of the blood which has been obtained from the crime site? So, for answering these questions, various techniques are used for studying the blood pattern. So, the first question was that whatever sample which has been taken is blood or not. So, there are certain preliminary tests which can be done to understand that the stain obtained is blood or not. So, the first test is benzidine test. It is based on hemoglobin present in the blood. Blood contains peroxidase which gives reaction with benzidine. But this is not very much specific test for blood. It may be blood or may not be. Like it is done by mixing blood scrapings on a filter paper plus 2-3 drops of benzidine solution. This is 10% benzidine in glacial acetic acid. So the blood having peroxidase reacts and it gives blue color in the presence of hydrogen peroxide. So if the blue color is obtained, then it may be a blood sample, and it gives very specific test. It is highly specific because if the blood is diluted 300,000 times also, then also it will give the results. But there is a disadvantage of this test, as it may give result with vegetable and other contaminants peroxidase also, but there are very less chances of presence of certain things like vegetables or other contaminants on the crime site. So it is a preliminary test. The another preliminary test is phenolphthalein test. It is also called as Kessel-Meyer test. As benzidine is carcinogenic in nature, so phenol red is used for doing this test. With phenolphthalein, it gives pink color. So if it is giving pink color, then again blood may be present. Phenolphthalein is colorless, but when it is reduced, then it gives pink color and hemoglobin get oxidized. So this is the principle of phenolphthalein test. Now the next test is luminol test. Luminol is sprayed over the blood stains. It can be directly done on the crime site. So if it is producing a light kind of reaction with hydrogen peroxide, in the presence of hydrogen peroxide and hemoglobin, then it is showing that the stain would be blood, because luminol reacts with the oxygen carrying protein in blood, that is hemoglobin. Now the next test is confirmatory test. This is hematine crystal test. Thank you so much for listening.